Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. This is Season 4, Episode 17, The Road to Rotranam. I'm your Dungeon Master, Kelly. Now, you seeing him, and I'm very excited to be here today. And I bought myself a present that I'm going to show off at the beginning of the game. So, I don't know if you can quite read it, but there was a sale at the Critical Role.
Reflecting.
I can see some of it.
How do you want to do this? How do you want to do this? I want to drink it. That's how I want to do it.
Nice.
So, there was a sale,
I love
and I
that
was like...
their clothes. I don't know if you noticed, the clothes tags say, "How do you want to wear this?"
Oh, do they? Nice.
The best bit is as you finish drinking it and it gets higher and higher, you can see the Critical Role logo on the bottom.
Okay, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
adorable.
they got a good merch store. You got say what you will. I know some people don't like Critical Role, but they got a good merch store, and their stuff's pretty high quality.
I've only ever actually listened to a single episode of theirs.
Yeah, have you watched the cartoon?
No, I didn't
Did you
even
watch
know
that?
that was a
You'd
cartoon.
like the cartoon a lot. It's very
yeah,
much
you would.
Cat City.
Mm.
So anyway, hi everybody, welcome. This is the Shards of Nyrn. Hopefully you listened to the prologue bit right there. Welcome as we head into this homebrew epic that is in episode 100 and blah blah blah. Let's go around and introduce the cast, and then a quick word from our sponsor. But first, let's talk to Christine.
Hello, I am Christine. I use she/her pronouns, and I play Malia Sunsworn, our Dwarven Tempest Cleric of Vela. And I also have new stuff from the Crit Roll store.
Not sponsored by the Crit Roll store. You got your Zor. Basically, the entire Netherdeep cast after Netherdeep was done got a real hankering for Zorhas merch. Where we're just like, aw. Caitlin got a an Ankarel beach towel and a little baby onesie. So it was
My
pretty
hair's
cute.
not quite long enough for this, really.
That's good. That looks good.
Kind
You
of.
want to have some of your hair sticking out.
There we go.
All right. Are you done with your intro?
Yeah.
Let's pass over to Amy. Hello, Amy.
Hello, that is me. I am Amy. My pronouns are she, her, or they, them, and I am playing Tia Armstrong, the half-orc druid Circle of the Moon. Also uses she, her. Oh, she uses she, her more than the they, them, but yeah, it's good. Although really I should be introducing her as the half-human because really that's what it equates out to in that larger portion. Though somehow the least significant and least relevant.
False. But human is besto. All right. Speaking of another half-human, down to Cat.
Hey everyone, my name's Kat. I use she/her pronouns. And I may not have anything from the Crit Roll store, but I did do cute makeup today, so
Gotta say, but your makeup's on
we
point.
have that as a bonus. And tonight I am playing Asen Rightwing. She is our half-elf ranger of the Gloomstalker persuasion. And yeah, she revealed to a bunch of orcs that she was half-elf last game, and we'll see what problems that causes for her. So yeah,
I
we're
mean,
looking
mostly you
forward
almost
to
got
that.
killed. That was a
Almost
decent,
got killed.
That was a decent consequence. Your makeup is on point. You're looking cute tonight. I like that nose blush. You got it working. Speaking
Right,
of
thank
working,
you.
let's go to Winter.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I'm Winter. I play Mars, the Tiefling Rogue, and I also have some specialty with Warlock, and she's very purple. Sup. Not
Sup.
I.
All right. And finally, last but not least, down in the corner, it's Robin.
Hi, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm also a second-gen gamer in the chat. And I play Fadia Stardust, our Astral Genasi wizard of the Graviturgy Persuasion,
Persuasion.
who is,
Major
who
Did I-
dramaturgy.
used Graviturgy. I killed all those bitches with my magic.
Literal bitches. 'cause
Did
they're
I
wolves.
just totally blank out for a second and miss Amy?
Yeah, Amy was like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Whoops. Sorry, guys.
Amy exists. Don't worry, Amy. We believe you exist.
I just
All
wanted
right.
to make sure.
Any,
I was
Robin,
like,
anything
Amy?
else? Anything else you wanted to say besides killing bitches?
No. I'm
Slaying
doing well.
witches.
Burning through
Yeah.
the ditches. And slamming in the back of your Dragula.
Slam in the back of my Dragula.
All right. Speaking of people who I would love to slam in the back with a drag. I don't know if that's a good thing. We're gonna cut this out of the edit, Kelly. I'll forget. That is our introductions. Welcome to the Shards of Nyrn. A big thank you. Let's jump in and say we're all out of it today. It's been a stressful week, but we're about to jump into game and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And we're gonna bring you with us. And bringing us to you is our sponsor for the night, Bookwyrm Games, who has been so gracious as to renew their support for another month. So, big thank you to Bookwyrm Games. You can go visit them at bookwyrmgames.com and use code DORKTALES for unlimited uses of 10% off their pretty expansive collection of dice, ranging from normal dice to acrylic dice to gemstone dice to swirly-do dice, all sorts of dice that you can get, including edible dice, dice that you can eat to intimidate your other dice. And guys, I know you watch our content. I know you like Dorktale stuff. So if I were to tell you that there was a World of Darkness gemstone set that had just been finished, and that I might have a set on their way to my house right now for our mage game, made of amethyst.
Bitch, you better show pictures to the mage chat.
Oh, don't worry. I will use them to traumatize you very much next game. I have pictures and have seen their completed, hold on to your butts, everybody, Mage the Ascension, Technocracy, Camarilla, Anarch, and Sabbat Vampire, Wraith, and Werewolf gemstone dice. I have seen all of these dice. I have not been permitted to share them with you, but I have seen them now. Yes. And they are all beautiful. They are lovely. And if you use
Are they
code
all
DORKTALES,
based off of like gems? Like
they're
how you
all
said
actual
amethyst?
gemstones. Yeah, they're made of. They are going to be released sometime in the next couple of weeks, so we will be able to give you access to those. I think we're going to be the first place that's going to be advertising them, potentially on the 15th, depending on how their supply happens. If not then at the first mage game when we're back in early May. So I hope you're all ready for that, because it's going to be fantastic.
They're gemstone dice?
Yeah.
No.
They're pretty. They're very pretty.
I know, but I'm super broke. I'm super broke.
You can save 10%, Robin, with code DORKTALES. Definitely go check them out at bookwyrmgames.com. And by doing so, use code DORKTALES so that they know that you came from us. Because that helps them stay with us longer. Bookwyrm Games is a fantastic site, fantastic people, and you are going to definitely hear more at the end of this episode about their quest chests, which are system-agnostic games in a box that you can run, and the big Kickstarter is coming soon. We also have another sponsor that is going to be, you're going to hear about it on YouTube and Discord sometime soon, but that's for them. That's for them. I'll tell you later. Bookwyrm loves you too, Vlad the Impaler. Fun little side fact. I was having a talk with Michael from Bookwyrm at the beginning of the month, and we were discussing a future Dork Tales project that I was like, I don't know if I want to do this or not. You know, it's a lot of work, and it's like, it might be cool, but like people might not watch it. And he actually vibrated in his chair enough, I decided to run it. Because he's a big fan of D10 based systems of yore. So there might be some World of Darkness mainstream content coming to the channel very soon. But I'll tell you more about that closer to the day, because that's not coming out until like several months from now. A lot of costuming for that one. All right. Thank you so much, Bookwyrm Games, for sponsoring this. You're amazing. Everybody should go buy your dice. That is a command. Anything else that we want to talk about before we begin? All right. So, folks, last time we were in this episode, last episode, the characters managed to make it to Arkesh. When they did, they met with Tia's mother, only to have a funeral for one of the founders of the country of Arkesh be interrupted by some of Whitehand Thrull's Hell Riders, who had come to basically do kind of a Hell's Angel biker kick down the door, the usual bandit stuff. A tremendous fight ensued that led to nearly half the party being KO'd. But in the end, you managed to defeat them, only to discover that the most horrendous thing had occurred, and that is that the Hell Riders, these swollen, fire-breathing orcs that you had been fighting, were in fact mutated and stolen orcish children that had been transformed by Thrull's power. And that is where we left game last episode, with Tia's mother imploring you to go seek aid. I think that's where we're going to pick up. Well, the bodies on the ground still cool. Parts of their flesh bubbling over like magma into the stone beneath them. You stand on the ever-cooling sands of Orkesh. The immense chasm that leads down into the arcane ruins of yesteryear stands no more than 100 paces away from you to the west. The village stands to the right. And as you stand over the last of the Hell Riders, incapacitated and weeping on the ground in confusion, as the lieutenant teleported out with the other last remaining Hell Rider, Tia's mother finishes imploring you. For the sake of Orkesh, he must be stopped. We need allies. They are in short supply. It appears that you are what was brought to me by husband.
So
Mineros was always bad at math. But you are no army.
no, we're not.
But we've defeated them before. Armies, I mean.
By yourself?
Yeah, for
Not
the most part.
exactly.
I know about Dogran Bridge.
It was a bit of a different situation.
You dishonor all of those who died alongside of you by saying so, half-elf. You show shame. This is the company you keep?
It's been a rough couple of days.
Life is rough.
Yeah. So, if we are not enough to take on Whitehand, then what do you propose? Sounds like you know something.
I propose we eat. We finish sending the body to the next realm, and then we eat. It will be a while before Whitehand sends more of his men.
One of them got away. What?
Yes.
What will that mean for the village?
That was Jorog. Jorog the Mole. One of his outriders. A lieutenant. He will return with more. Someday. The village will survive.
Well,
If I have to, I will stop them myself.
yeah. Well, I guess let's. Tia's looking around at her party and just like,
I will attend to the dead. And she turns and walks away mid-sentence of yours.
well,
I like her. Cadmus whispers over to Malia. She's got...
You would.
I mean... She's got a real dwarvish nature to her. You just have to read between the lines. There's a lot of subtext going on. Besides, she's not my ma'am.
look, let's go back and regroup, I suppose. Get ready for food. Maybe lick some of our wounds.
Yeah, I mean, you can lick your own, Tia, but if you really
an
want
expression.
infection,
Is it really? Is that a...
It's
It sounds like a tabaxi expression, if I must be honest.
oh, maybe it is. I don't know where it came from.
I once knew I knew a tabaxi when I was traveling through the northern wastes, and the hairballs that he was able to cough up. From many a place.
Yeah, I'm not gonna think about that too much.
Probably for the best.
Mhm.
Where would... I thought tabaxi only have one mouth. Where else would you cough it up?
Oh, it's not where they coughed it up, it's where they coughed up the hair from.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the collection point, lass.
See, I thought you were talking about the method.
I mean, maybe some kegels. I don't know.
I mean, I imagine if you know what? I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Fadia, can I get you to do me a favor and make me a perception roll?
Sure. That's only gonna be a 13.
As you take a step and start heading back into the village proper, you're going to feel just kind of a shiver up your spine. And as you glance over your shoulder, just briefly, you swear that you might have seen something over by the edge of the crevasse. But then, no, it's probably nothing. It's probably just like a firefly or something. Besides, no one else noticed.
If she wasn't at 3 HP, she probably would go look, but I think she's really fucking hurt. I don't think she's gonna go to the edge of the crevasse right now. Anyone see that?
see what?
Thought I saw something over at the edge there. I must be
Malia
seeing
will look.
things.
Make me a perception roll.
And Asen will take a look as well.
23.
23. Yeah, toward
And
the
29.
perfect. With those rolls, what you'll see is kind of toward the edge. There is like a slight shimmer, but a moment later you'll see that there are these little incandescent beetles that are flying around that seem to have like a glowing, very, very kind of dull blue pulse on their thoraxes. It's dim. It's kind of pretty, but they're not very bright. Against the dimness of the evening sun kind of setting down in the distance, it's probably quite luminescent at night, but right now it's just kind of like a dull pulsing. That's all you see.
Kind of look like fireflies, some sort of beetle.
Can I roll a nature to see if I've ever seen these things before?
Sure.
I'm assuming no, because it's our cash.
Mhm.
But I got a 17.
I mean, they kind of look like a weird hybrid species of like a lightning bug and kind of just a normal flying beetle.
Yeah. doesn't really
Honestly,
seem
around
out of the
here,
ordinary.
probably mutated.
Well, I mean, we're bound to see all sorts of new things here, so. I mean, everything here is new.
Kind of, yeah. I think Tia's gonna take a look and try and figure out what it is after they've done their assessment, just to see if there's anything that she kind of remembers from, if there's any stories she's heard,
Sure.
if this has been described anywhere.
Go ahead.
So nature.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, balls. Well, that's not too bad. That's 15.
15. Off the top of your head, you can't really think of well, they're definitely a hybrid species. You've heard of these type of critters back in the old orc lands, but they're always described as very, very small. Basically, just kind of like blue lightning bugs. But out here, they're quite swollen. I'd say if you actually got up to these things, they'd be about as big around as your fist.
Yeah.
Now, taking a look at them, you could make me a history roll or a religion roll, specifically you.
Okay. I would like to do history.
Okay.
Oh, crap. That's a 1.
Unfortunately, it wasn't one of the stories that you were told as a child.
No.
Probably just some mutant bug.
That's weird. I don't think it's supposed to be that big, but
No.
Like they're supposed to be like small, like this, like itty bitty versus this, like.
You speak Orcish.
Yeah.
There's orcs around us who live here.
Yes.
Ask. You can blame it on the outside races.
That's true. Tia's gonna go look to see if she can find the closest orc.
All right, so
She's gonna
heading
ask
inside,
about weird mutant beetles.
So do you just pretty much like turn, because like right next to you is like a bunch of tents and like a little mercantile area. Do you just kind of round the corner and just ask the first person you see?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. You'll see that someone is like leaning over doing some cleanup as you round the corner. And what do you say?
Sir, excuse me.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. You'll hear in common. And guy is going to stand up about 5'10", kind of pale, kind of peachy colored skin, bright shock red hair and freckles.
Huh.
And like slightly bent ears and some pronounced lower teeth. Yeah. How can I help you?
Do you know anything about the beetles?
Are you talking about the
Mutants?
the chasm flies?
Chasm flies.
Yeah. You're talking about like well, I mean, we don't really yeah, the glowing guys, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
They mostly stick to the chasm. They eat a lot of what's the word? I think they're kind of related to rust monsters. Because they like to chew on metal. They don't really like digest it. It's weird. I don't know. They're really busy. They're really active during lightning storms, so that's probably why they're coming out. It's probably going to storm in a few minutes. You can kind of feel it in the air. I mean, I don't know. I can feel it in my hair. He kind of plays with his hair. It's just like, this guy looks like a human, as far as you can tell, aside from like his lower jaw. But he's like, his red hair is quite curly and is starting to get like a little bit frizzy around the edges.
Molly is gonna lean over to Cadmus and ask, "Where did we park the Duchess?
Right there to the north.
Was it close to? Is it close to the chasm?"
It's like a few hundred feet away.
Do you want beetles chewing on the ship?
I suppose not. All right. Oh, go move the ship. I'll meet you at the other
Want
side
help?
of the no, stay with your friends. It's fine. Unless you want it.
Alright.
Do you want to come? Because
Sure.
I mean, I could
not
probably
have
use some help backing
offered.
up. It's not like it has mirrors. You'd install mirrors.
Retractable ones. Fold out when you need them.
Oh, that would
Lay
help
flat
with
when you don't.
that would help with parking. All right, well, come on. And with that, he'll head out and take Malia with him. The guy behind the counter goes, "Yeah, you're pretty active in storms. I mean, can't you? I mean, like, I can tell. But do you I mean, you've got bushy hair too, right? Like, you could probably."
I mean, it's pretty restrained, but yeah,
Really?
I mean, I thought it was just dry here.
No. I mean, it doesn't rain much. I mean, a little. It's mostly just lightning.
Hmm.
A lot of lightning.
Interesting.
You're Taya, right?
Tia.
Tia. But you're Bruka's and Mineros's kid, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey, nice to
I'm
meet you.
famous here.
I'm Kale.
Rangers.
Nice to meet you. I've traveled with your father many a time. He looks like he's like 18, 19.
Is that so?
Yeah.
How do you know? Yeah, what's your deal?
My dear, I am a purveyor of goods, predominantly trade goods. I have silk. I have various objects of interest. I have these. These are wonderful. They are glasses. They
do
are
you have a large jar?
mason or otherwise. And do you need a hinged lid with a rubberized seal?
No. Well, no. Just as long as it has a steelable lid.
Oh,
What do you need a jar
absolutely.
for?
Like a pickling jar. How large are we talking here? Because I have up to a 12-gallon, which I guess is pretty big.
I do things by like 2 liters or so.
Oh, let's see. You said 4 quarts? Absolutely. I
Yes.
absolutely do. And he'll reach out. Boom. So yeah, I'm one of.
Perfect.
So for this, do you have 3 coppers? Probably good enough for that.
Yeah, here.
Oh, thank you.
She'll give it to him. Perfect. And I'm gonna go now catch a bug.
Oh,
Don't fall in the hole. It's a long way down.
Seeing Mars go over to go catch a bug, Fadia's like, she looks at her wounds, the blood probably like seeping down her clothes. She's gonna go put a hand as pressure and just be like, "I'll help," and runs after Mars.
All right.
I'm not
we're
gonna jump off the freaking chasm. They're gonna come to me.
We'll catch up with Bug Hunting Brigade in a minute. So yeah, so that's my deal. I'm a purveyor of wares for the tribe.
Tia's trying to like kind of like she's like looking at the features, trying to kind of just like piece together any identifiable anything?
He'll smile, and as he does, you see that he has very prominent lower canines.
So, probably, she's
Maybe-
not gonna say this, but she's kind of processing like, so, at least part orc,
You think probably like
probably.
grandparent, great grandparent.
Okay.
It's good to have you out here. I've heard a lot of things about your exploits.
Oh, well,
Is there anything other?
bit surprising.
Yeah. Is there anything else I can do for you? Any other supplies you would like? I was getting ready to set up for the night, or I mean, to tear down for the night. And
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
What?
Nothing. It's wonderful to have you here, and if you require any other merchandise, be sure to come by Kale's concession at any time that you would like. During business hours, of course. I'm not asking whether or not you'd like to hang out other times.
Right.
Um,
Well, thank you for your assistance. It was much appreciated. We kind of just fought a battle, and we're gonna go.
Yeah, it was really impressive. Sorry I didn't help. I'm not particularly useful in that regard. I'm more of a
I didn't
merchant.
really expect. I mean, we're kind of used to handling things on our own. It's sort of.
I mean, I would have come and
Working.
helped if you needed it the last second. I'm just not much. I
Okay.
haven't gone through my trials. Okay. Nice to meet you.
Wait,
He's
how
gonna
old
start.
are you then?
17.
Oh.
But I mean, not everybody undergoes warrior trials.
Oh.
You know.
You get a choice?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not.
You know what? Forget I said anything. It's fine. No, it's.
I would have thought that Braga would have. Oh. We're a.
What?
What do you think we are? Did she not teach?
No, she taught me a lot.
Make
Also
me
had a lot of assumptions about who I was going to be, but that's parents, right?
Yeah. My parents were farmers.
No.
They're the ones who brought stone fruit here.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, this has been an awkward exchange, and I appreciate your time and energy, and hope to do another awkward exchange with you soon.
Sure.
You seem like you need to go. Did you have
Yeah, I'm a
something else?
little off, wrong-footed here.
Yeah, kind
in
of me
general.
too.
It's been a weird couple of days. Yeah, I'm gonna go recover some. You know what? I'm just gonna go and try and be less bruised somewhere else.
Hey, I am sorry that I overheard stuff with your mom. It's not easy. Here.
What? I'm sorry. What?
Parent, he reaches into one of his bins and passes you a vial.
What's this?
It's a concoction I've been working on. It doesn't taste particularly good, but it works.
Well,
You're
what does it
bleeding.
do?
It should
Oh!
stop you from bleeding.
Oh, okay.
I'm
right.
an alchemist.
Yes. Thank you. That's very generous of you. Thank you. Do you want
you're-
anything for? This is probably quite valuable, isn't it?
I mean,
I don't know.
so is my life.
Not really. Mm,
Use it now or later. But here's hoping that we have a later? I don't know.
Probably will.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tia's gonna look at the vial and is gonna try
It's
and
like
assess.
swirling kind of like wheatgrass colored liquid inside.
Like, stranger seems mostly harmless. Awkward. Just handed her something that might be for a healing potion. Who
Might
knows?
be, yeah. And
Um,
Asen, are you just standing
Really
right there?
feel for it.
Yeah, Asen is kind of just like in the middle because I guess Cadamus and
Malia
Malia
bummed
went
off,
back
and
to
then
the ship.
Thea and Mars bummed off.
they went off, and Tia went off to go talk to this guy, and Asen's just kind of like, neat.
Yeah. Welcome to the village, friend. You don't have to really worry about hiding your ears here. Although I wouldn't
Fair enough.
advertise it to, the traveling lava-breathing racists.
That's fair. I mean, we've had other significant racists that we've dealt with before.
I mean,
We're pretty used to it, actually. It's like everywhere we go, at least one of us has some race that hates us.
That makes sense given what the elves did. He completely is misunderstanding you, by the way.
Yeah, no, they're literally the worst.
You know what? If you say stuff like that, I think you'll get along with a lot of people here.
Yeah, like, hell, the last time that we were in an elven city was, I think, actually the worst time that I've had on this entire adventure we've been on.
Oh, what
It
elven
was
city
so
were you in?
awful. What was the name of it again, Kelly?
Make me a history roll to remember what it's called, Asen. Miss
I
Elf.
don't have it in notes. That's gonna be with history. That's a base 17, so 18.
Los Angeles, no. Los Elpulus, no. It's Ezebek.
Ezevek.
Oh. Don't
Yeah.
mention.
Ooh,
Don't mention that one.
was not good at all.
If you're gonna talk about elf, maybe don't mention that one though.
So I also don't approve of the elves, even though I am half of one.
Fair.
My family was also cast out of elven society, exiled.
Oh, well, grats.
So,
My family was
Yeah,
cast out of
it was
human
the best
society,
decision they've ever made.
so I feel that.
So yeah, there's no sympathy for them from us.
Fair. If either of you want to make an insight check.
Sure.
I'd love to make an insight check. Is that a Dork Tales? That's a Dork Tales!
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah,
That's
his
a
fate-
19.
Oh God, both great insight checks. His face got real dark when he said, "Don't mention Azabek."
Oh no.
There might be something worth knowing there.
Okay! Fair enough.
So yeah, I would avoid that. Huh? Do you need a jar too?
No, I don't need a jar. It's just as soon as I mentioned the city, you kind of
Balls.
got a bit. What in particular
Oh.
to avoid mentioning about said city.
Ooh. He looks around. Because we built it.
Of course.
Of
course.
Azabek was like the first thing that the tier made us build.
Ah,
Kind of a monument to the whole cultural genocide thing.
if it makes you feel any better, there was a terrorist attack that blew up the spire.
Huh. Honestly? Huh. I don't know how that makes me feel. It's kind of stupid, but I always kind of wanted to see it.
Hmm.
I mean,
The city itself
kind of wanted it burned down
was-
too.
I mean, the city itself is. I mean, the city itself is a city. It's the inhabitants of it that are truly insufferable.
Fair.
And that's coming from somebody who is half an elf.
Well,
So,
you can't be all bad. I mean, Manelros is a pretty cool dude, and he's half elf.
exactly!
Anyway.
Exactly.
Maybe I'll see you both at dinner later. I've got to wrap up here, but
And thanks for this again. And Tia's got the vial. And honestly, if it looks like a potion of healing, probably she will drink it.
sure. It tastes very grassy, like very matcha grassy on the way down, and is going to cling a little bit as it goes down, but you're going to heal 9 hit points.
Ooh.
Because he's a level 3 alchemist.
I mean, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, it's pretty good for this place. All right, with that, we're going to transition over onto the Duchess, where Malia, you and Cadamus are bringing up the gangplank and getting ready to head off. So, Cadamus turns to you and, looking around, switches to Dwarvish. So, what do you think of this place? What do you think we've got ourselves into this time?
I think we've just ended up on the resistance side of a civil war.
How do you do it? Really? Like, how do you do it?
Do what?
The funeral, the rites, all of it. It doesn't make any sense to me, really. Like, the way that you... I guess as a priestess, you've got to talk to them like that. You know? Make me a history check. With advantage, actually.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah. Because this is dwarven history, particularly mountain dwarf history, but hill dwarves have similar customs.
Well, apparently no shit ton because of natural 20.
Natural 20. So it's what he's saying is in dwarven society, generally the only people that are allowed to be referred to as dead, usually, at least inside of your own family, are people who have succeeded in their life path. Like, if someone's life path and their stated goal, because all dwarves usually have like a mission that they undertake as their life goal. They can have multiples, but there's always at least one major one, like to become the greatest craftsman in their clan, something like that, to become king. Once they achieve that goal, if they die, you can refer to them as dead, but generally in dwarven society, you refer to people as if they were still living. It's a ceremony that keeps them alive. You noticed that that Cadamus, when his friend joined you during the battle with the Storm Queen, there was a lot of talking about Cadamus's father, who you know for a fact is dead. But the entire conversation was very much like, oh, how's your father? Which is a typical, like, how's your dead parent? How's your dead loved one? Is actually a pretty solid, normal mountain dwarf saying. Like, say hi to your mother type of thing. Doesn't matter if they're alive or dead. So there's a sense of
But not
continuity.
quite as much among hill dwarves.
Not
It's
well,
still there, but it's not.
Hill dwarves interact with humans so often by comparison to mountain dwarves, which are usually a little more isolated, that type of mentality would be really confusing. You know, it's like, you know, like, oh, I'll tell my dad you said hi. I thought your dad died. Oh, he did, but I'll tell him anyway. You type of thing, right? Like,
So more of maybe we learned a dichotomy of within dwarven
yeah.
doing it, but outside of dwarven among any others, it gets pushed aside.
Yeah, because I mean, dwarven family structures are like probably the tightest on Ylos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that. Oh. I mean, hill dwarves having to interact with humans all the time. I think we just kind of learned to shut it off when we were in mixed company.
Yeah, but you've got to say goodbye to them. You got to say their prayers and send them off. It's just
No.
I mean, I've fought beside them for years, but it always just strikes me as so strange, you know? How fucking lonely must it be to leave all the dead on the battlefield?
Yeah. About half the time, they seem to take a lot of comfort in it.
That's because they're fucking weird.
You're not wrong. I mean, they're not dwarven.
Hey. Then again, we're pretty weird too. We're dwarves, flying a ship, getting involved in orcish civil wars.
You're
Honestly,
not wrong.
I'm rarely wrong.
You've barely had your feet on the ground at all in the last few weeks.
Hi, and the last time I really did, we were on a flying mountain.
Well, it wasn't flying, I don't think. It was standing, but it felt like flying for us because it was
Well,
so
the mountain
high
was
up.
flying on something. God, nothing in my
that's
life
true.
makes sense anymore.
Oh, that's right. You didn't land on the giant mountain thing. I jumped on it. You were still
Oh,
on
you're
the ship.
talking? No, I'm talking about.
The Sky Island place?
Yeah, Valimar.
Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention.
How did you not pay attention? You were there. We were there for like a week and a half.
Just didn't really care.
We fought a.
Cared more about fighting the Jith, whatever they
Giant?
were.
The giant?
Weren't they like the people who stole Aeson's bow?
Oh, the GIF?
Ah,
Jiff?
that's what it was. Yeah, Jiffy.
Those Yankees. Yay. Yeah. Well. Should we get involved? Is it really our place? Shouldn't we just, cut a beeline? We're this far from what? We've got the last shard? Almost the last shard?
I mean, yeah, but this hostel seems pretty bad.
But it just seems all these fucking side quests.
I mean, yeah, but also, do you really think Tia would go with us? As much as like she's being awkward sauce with her mom.
Do we need Tia?
I mean,
look, I love her. She's a lovely lass, but sometimes you have to go home to your family. Maybe she deserves to be here. There's a chance she might not come with us at all.
I don't know that she's gonna stick around much. There's a thing that's too much family.
Right. You still have family.
Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
You never talk about them. Are they walking with us, or are they back on the island?
I mean, considering what we're hearing about dragons and fires and fighting over there, I don't know.
What last time you forgot a ma and a pa?
Mm-hmm. I sent back a few recipes while we were traveling. Always try and send back a new brewing idea. Haven't heard anything from them though, so I don't know if they got them.
Well, must be nice.
I mean, yeah, if they could stop hiding the disappointment that they bore a child marked by Vela.
They're not disappointed. They're just confused. Trust me, I know disappointed. Besides, they'd be proud of you. Look at you. You're a high priestess. You can call down lightning and shit thunder.
Yeah, but I'm not there brewing.
Well, you've got time. You're what? How old are you? What?
How long have we been on this trip?
Probably about a year.
God, when did I start this?
About a year ago, maybe. I mean,
Shit, did my birthday pass?
what's your birthday?
I don't know. I haven't decided one. But if we've been on it for a year, then she's 125 now.
You're only 125? Whew.
Only?
I mean, it's a bit young, but, you know...
All right, old man. Go take a load off.
I happen to be 168 years old.
Oh, so old. I'm surprised you don't have a grey beard yet.
I've got a couple. See, I've got one right here. I've got one right here. I've got a couple of white chest hairs,
Oh, are you
too.
sure that's not just, like, dirt?
No, it's stress from putting up with you. I'll show you the other ones later if you're lucky. Got a nice... Hold on, I'm gonna make a courage check. I'm gonna make a dumbass check for him. Oh, is high or low good on a dumbass check?
I don't know. I feel like high makes it a clever dumbass remark, whereas low makes it an absolutely stupid, idiotic dumbass remark.
I mean, I've got a crown of silver around my you check to make sure we're backing up okay?
Sure you do. I'll believe it when I see it. And she'll walk off towards the back.
You see, you'll be walking sideways for a week. What was that? The Duchess will say as the console flares to life. Sideways it is. Well, no! In the distance, you'll hear some grrr as the Duchess shifts lanes the wrong way. But Mars
supposed to do that?
Wow, that's weird. Mars and Fadia, you will be standing on the edge of the chasm. Now, Mars, can I please get a Wisdom Animal Handling roll to see if you can try to catch some of these guys? Fadia, you
Can I give her... I was going to say, Fadia is going to kind of start trying to cast Shocking Grasp cantrip, but kind of just try and hold the spell.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead. If you do that, Mars, you can roll with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage. Ooh, okay. Cool. Good, because that second one was a nat 20.
Yo.
Nice.
Bugs.
Okay. As you are kind of going around Fadia, you'll having a little bit of sparks going between your fingers, and one of these bugs, this now that it's getting quite dark outside, your dark vision is allowing you to see the edge of this precipice and avoid it pretty well. But there's going to be this kind of neon argon blue. Is argon blue or neon blue? Anyway, this blue flare, almost like an LED level of blue, as the darkness sets in, as this bug streams over and over to your lightning and starts trying to like siphon it out of your fingers.
Oh.
You can see it has these two little mandibles that end in these kind of what almost look like the tips of weather vanes. These little orbs at the tips of their mandibles. And as it touches down on your electricity, it will kill your spell.
And as that happens, I go.
Yeah,
in
you
a
can
jar.
easily go. And it's like a pickling jar, so it has one of those like lids that goes and clicks down in.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna go.
Oh.
You might need to poke some holes in there.
I'm not gonna keep it in there forever. I am
Okay.
gonna name it Yeet, though.
Yeet. That's a
Yeet.
good name.
All right, you have one
I
lightning
just wanted
beetle.
to. Yeah, I just wanted to take a better look because there seemed to be a lot of questions about these motherfuckers. So I thought I'd just catch one and find out for myself.
Yeah. Fadia's gonna take like a and now that she's out there, she's going to take a deep look over the chasm.
Sure, make me an investigation roll.
Can I do it too?
Yeah, totally.
Yay, yay, yay. Me too, me too.
Me too, me too, me too.
Alright. That is
That's
a 16.
What do I?
16?
That's gonna
Okay.
be a 14.
Okay. Both of you looking over the edge, you'll see that the chasm is a pretty sheer drop that goes down about at this location, down to a small creek at the bottom, quite small, at the edge of your vision. Normally you wouldn't be able to see it, but down the side of this chasm, the 2,000-foot drop, at the bottom, you will see that there is a significant amount of these lightning beetles that are kind of glowing and pulsating at the edge of what looks like a cave that this little creek is feeding into or feeding from.
Hey, Fadia.
Hmm?
You see that down there? You kind of gotta squint a little bit.
Yeah. They said there
Interesting.
were old ruins in the chasm. I wonder if that is.
That's probably gotta be an entrance to some of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
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 Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. God, I want to go down there tonight. I really do. But I would be.
We
I'm
should
so
tell the others.
hurt.
I
We should
know.
probably tell the others. I'm so hurt.
That would be the responsible thing to do, Vadia.
I don't want to be responsible.
But it's right there.
It's true. It's not going anywhere. You're right.
But it's
they can
right
wait a day.
there. It's
I
like
know it's
right, there.
Like if we just pooped down there, we'd be right there.
But it's also 2,000 feet, Vadia. You gotta think about these
That's
things.
True. I know. I can only absorb damage for certain amounts of heights. Not a full 2,000 feet, though. I'd die.
Okay.
Only about 120.
Yeah.
But, it's reduced.
We could probably find another way down that's a bit more secure.
Yeah.
And we should eat and rest. But
yes, we should
it's not going
probably
anywhere.
eat. It's true. But good eye.
See?
These beetles are.
Keep thinking, Fadia. See, if
Mhm.
I wasn't here, you would have gone down there.
It's true. It's true. Probably would have gone down there. Gone the better. My
Definitely
treasure
not
team
me.
Gone the better.
Definitely not me.
No, definitely not you. No. No, definitely not.
But yeah, let's go check in with the others. And
Mhm.
eat. I am
Yes.
starving.
Oh my goodness. Also, sorry about.
Huh?
Oh no,
What?
I'm glad you moved or someone hit you. That I I I'm sorry I dropped invisibility at some point. Just I took so much damage at one point that I
Dude,
couldn't
don't be
keep that
sorry.
spell up.
You were like a fucking powerhouse back there. Don't you dare be sorry.
Thanks.
Shut your whore mouth. I love you. Let's
I
go.
love you too. Fadi's gonna do like a really awkward hug to Mars.
There.
All right.
I just like, and then she turns around and she just slaps her on the ass. Let's go.
Woo! Okay.
All right. Well, we've got a new pair. That's great. You all will make your way back into the encampment right at the end of the funeral. The body is left atop the atop of the hill, and soon Tia's mother will rejoin the rest of the tribe, which is the village has perhaps 100 people in it that have all sat out massive amounts of food, mostly roasted vegetables, big brown ones, kind of looking like giant, like kind of like a cross between like a daikon and a rutabaga. We're talking here, like a football shaped, like football sized but slightly longer shaped vegetables that have been roasted over coals. Other root vegetables, strange things that like celery that looks like it could probably do kung fu, as well as a lot of eggs. And heaping, frothing clay mugs full of this kind of white, very pungent smelling liquor is passed around. The tables are made of old hewn stone in Orcasian style, and many of the seats and cushions are either made of stone as well, or old scavenged wooden ones, or more likely are piled bits of cured furs. A lot of floor seating here, basically. But there are about 100 people, various degrees of Orcish heritage, sitting around eating, peeling the skin off of their vegetables, basically like the husk comes off swiftly with one hand, basically like a roast potato, and are eating very openly next to a large fire. And near the top of this, nobody is really... The tables aren't really set in any type of hierarchy to speak of, but if there was a head, Brooke would be sitting near it. And nearby, Maneilros plays on his lute. They drink and they eat, as you all make it fairly similarly in time. One of the old Orcish men leans forward as you approach Tia and growls in Orcish. Good fight. Eat up. Next time, kill them twice as fast. And thrusts one of these giant, what could only be a rock fruit, into your hand.
Yes, of course.
Turns to Aeson, looks her up and down. Speak Orc.
She'll reply in kind of broken Orc. Not really. A little bit. Tourist Orc.
Eat.
Eat.
Ah.
And
Drink.
she will. And she will.
All right. He hands you this this frothing cup of white liquid, and you kind of smell it as, that is a scent. That is a scent right there. Whew. Ereg.
She's gonna try it.
You know what? Given your elven constitution, I like a constitution save.
Coming right out.
I think Tia is just sitting there side-eyeing Asen, just like not saying anything, not stopping this, but just kind of like.
I rolled a
Watching?
17 base, and I add 4 out of that, so that's gonna be a 21.
Okay. You'll handle it, but man, that is... Ooh. Ooh.
We'll
Ooh.
see what the next con save is.
Honestly, the flavor hits you more than... It's got this kind of sweet pungency to it. That kind of reminds you a little bit of yogurt, but is, for one, a little chunky, which is weird. It's a little weird. It's kind of like what if your yogurt had pulp. But also it's got this sour sweetness to it. And it's going to cling a little bit as it goes down your throat.
You're describing a horrid drink.
Honestly, it might grow on you after the first couple sips. It's one of those.
Fair enough. She's gonna keep going.
Yeah, good. We have much. Erog. You drink? Yeah.
Drink.
Drink.
No, I'm sorry.
Not a fan of Erog, he says to you in Orc.
I'm not a just. I'm good. And you think I need to keep a clear head?
We have, rock fruit vodka too.
That sounds good, but no, just
Er,
water or juice.
not much water.
That's fair.
Juice.
Don't
Gonna.
worry about me.
An old woman is going to kind of wave you over and pass you a wineskin.
Thank you.
Not much water around here. Mostly created by the druids.
Right. No, I'm okay. I'm okay. Really.
Nearest stream is... What do you mean you're okay? She slaps you on the shoulder.
Yep. Oh.
Drink your vitamins
you.
or else I will destroy you.
Noted. Right.
You must hydrate, youth. I do not care
Tia
how
will
many hell riders
take a sip.
you... As you take a sip of the wineskin, the old woman is going to reach out a gray-green hand and is going to squeeze the wineskin as it's pressed to your lips, and is going to basically shotgun about a pint of watered-down wine, but wine into
Want me
your
to-
mouth.
Roll a safe to not frickin' choke.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what I'm rolling this for. Okay, that's fine actually, probably because that's a 19 before I even
Yeah,
add anything.
That's a noise.
Wait.
Good.
Right.
Drink up. Good.
Thanks. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's a celebration. Oh, friends. Mars and Fadia will come by, carrying their beetle. Oh. An old man will turn, an old orcish man, bent and stooped with a bit of a hunch, is going to turn and be, Eric, drink. Good.
Oh, drink?
Good.
Thank you.
Yes, drink. Good.
Good. Okay.
Fadia will spend the slot to. She's got slots to spare now that the battle's done, so she'll use a second level spell to cast Comprehend Languages. She'll understand.
You want Erog? That's good.
Sure.
Good. He's very, you speak orc?
Mars didn't hesitate and just took some.
Honestly, it's kind of like eating
Hear, not speak.
Erog. Fermented ox milk. Used to use horse. Ran out of horses.
You also see Asen drinking some of this too.
I'll try anything once.
Make me a con save.
All right, wizard. Let's make a con save.
Let's make a con save, wizard.
Yay!
Oh, it's +5 to my con. It's not terrible.
And with this as well over your shoulder, you'll see the
But not
dwarves.
when I roll a natural 1.
13.
So you're going to take it, and it's going to hit you that wrong spot, and it's going to bounce up. The alcohol content is going to... Here's the thing about dairy products. The alcohol content is going to cling, and it's going to burn on the way back up in these patches as it comes out your nose. Your entire sinuses are going to be on fire as you go and start just like pouring white out of your nose and mouth. Like you're...
God, I've done this before. It's not pleasant.
Oh. I was 13.
13, you're just like, whoo!
Woo, woo.
Dwarf! Dwarf! Speak! You speak! Orc!
No.
Dwarves! You speak a little bit orc. Malia, do you speak orc?
No.
I speak dwarf a bit. Don't drink. You not like. Dwarves not like. Dwarves like the vodka.
Vodka. All right.
Does someone
some
say
vodka.
vodka?
Does Malia say vodka in common?
No, you're saying in Dwarvish. He's talking to her in Dwarvish.
Oh, I can speak Dwarvish. As soon as Asen hears vodka, she's gonna be like, "Can I have some of that?"
Yeah? Why didn't you just say you spoke Dwarvish? Would have been much easier.
I didn't know
help
that you
yourself.
spoke Dwarvish.
Why would
Wait, I can understand all languages. Vodka?
It's made of rock fruit.
Like some.
Molly's gonna take a glass and just kind of like be very jovial with them, and then take a big drink.
It is misnomer. Rock fruit. Actually is vegetable.
As long as it makes vodka.
Basically, what you're
And-
gonna do is you're gonna basically do shots of the equivalent of like taro vodka.
All right.
So the vodka is going to be slightly bluish as you drink it, and it kind of tastes like. I mean, it's vodka, not much.
I was gonna say it doesn't. The distilling
Alcohol.
process
It tastes
would
like alcohol.
It
take
tastes
out most
like
of its flavor.
I would say it tastes like a little bit metallic from the old still, and that's about it. Like you would probably get a little bit of the old metal taste to it that just didn't. I mean, it's been stored in. Yeah, it would mostly be what it was stored in, wouldn't it?
I mean, they could always also be infusing it, right? Like they could put herbs and whatnot in it to make it flavored.
Exactly.
I think it mostly just has more of a breath to it. Like you don't really taste it, but then when you breathe out, you can catch some notes then.
Okay.
Like once it's aerated, you'll be able to kind of smell them more than taste them. And it smells and tastes just a little bit sweet, a little yeasty almost, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. Just watching Robin's cog spin on this.
I'm just not.
It's
not.
a magic. It's a magic vegetable,
If
Robin.
you look
don't know.
at the video, there's a point where I'm sure I go, and then I'm like, nope, not worth it. Not worth it.
No, do it. Tell me why I'm wrong.
No, I don't. It's no. It tastes yeasty. It's fine.
All right. You know what I'm talking about. I think it just tastes kind of dusty, but they probably don't clean the pot out very well because water's limited. They wash it with vodka because they have more vodka than they have water. How does that work? Nobody knows. Taking a couple of drinks down. Fadia, you with your 3 hit points and basically 3 shots of like Everclear in you are like you're a bit faded. You're just kind of exhausted.
I'm faded.
In fact,
Yeah.
Fadia, take a level of exhaustion to represent that.
Oh boy.
That will clear up if you
Alright.
sleep a full night.
Okay, that sounds great. Fadia's exhausted. I think Fadia's at that point just gonna be like, let me. Hey guys, we saw an entrance down in the cavern to the from the bugs and the things. It might be ruins. I want to go down 2,000 feet tomorrow, and then just passes the fuck out.
Tia!
I don't know that Malia noticed if she's too busy like cheering on drinking.
Tia, bring some of that down here to your dear old dad.
Bring what? Oh, yeah, okay, 1 sec.
Someone feed me liquor.
Right. Tia's gonna retrieve a tankard or bottle or whatever this is comes in, and we'll...
Sounds good. It's clay jugs mostly. But Tia, as you're walking, you're going to suddenly feel this chill over your shoulder, and then in your ear alone, you'll hear, "What did you say to your mother? She's in the worst mood. I can't believe you did this the first time we're back here, Tia. I only have a few more words, so help." Sending goes into your ear. Your father raises an eyebrow from down the way, like...
She doesn't seem happy to see us? I don't know how to fix this. I think she hates me. Guess nothing's changed. I don't know if that was 25. I'm just...
He'll kind of furrow his brow at that point, and... welcome, friends, please, grab a seat around. Tia's mother sits there eating the edge of one of these giant fruit, kind of like a loaf of bread, and just kind of looks your direction. It's too bad. The wolves weren't good eating, probably mutated. Good work, killing all of those. Sit. We should talk. All of us.
She'll sit. She'll pass the clay jug to her dad.
Oh,
She's kind of got an expression of she's trying not to show this expression of like, oh shit, I didn't mean to say that kind of thing. Even though it was not spoken. Just kind of side eyes her dad and just like,
He's gonna lean in. Can you pour it in my mouth while I'm playing, please?
Yeah, here.
Ah, your mom doesn't hate you.
That's not what I have to say.
We'll talk later, okay?
Yeah, okay. Yep.
I thank you for coming. She turns and looks at all of you. Well, now the canoe is laid to rest. We should probably talk about your next plan. What do you need to know? What can I tell you? The old half-orc looks around at you.
Admittedly, there's a lot we don't know. We know there's something going on with Whitehand.
Do you know the story? Do you remember the story I told you? Of the First Mother? And the Hunting God?
I do. Mostly.
The rest of you? The first mother was the greatest and first of the orcs. The hunting god fell in love with her for her primal beauty, for her strength, for her skill as a scavenger, as a hunter, as a gatherer, as a builder. He pursued her, and she allowed herself to be pursued. He hunted her, and she allowed herself to be hunted for a time. But when his desire to hunt and conquest grew too much, the short of it is, she was the purest of us, the strongest, the orc. She ate him and took his power. Thrull is the same. He is a god eater. He is not strong enough to kill a god, not like the first mother, but he is a scavenger. He stumbled upon the place where there was a rotting corpse, and like a worm he ate some of it. And now he is changed. We have one benefit. It is that he is too stupid to remember where he left it. What is Mineros? What is word for Mnokdon? I love it. Apotheosis. Must not achieve word. She's not even gonna try.
Apotheosis?
Yeah, Tia, it means ascension, becoming. What? Demses.
Ah. Right. No. Yeah, that would be very bad.
But he's part god now. I'm not sure you can kill him. I'm not sure any mortal can kill him. Maybe magic. She looks over at Fadia. Maybe other gods. She looks over at Malia. And then at Mars.
Out of character,
Yeah.
I said Fadia had passed out, so unless anyone brought her to the table where they're talking,
I'm assuming someone,
corner.
Catamus would have dragged your ass over by the foot.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if I was listening to this out of character.
You're kind of like, you're kind of doing that.
You've got your head on the table.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I mean, we know one god.
Yeah, well, we don't exactly have access to him right now.
But yeah, he's indisposed at the moment. But I'm sure that he would be willing to help if we were able to get him.
Maybe you could take him now. You were strong. Yes? You fought an entire army. Yes?
I made all the holes go up and then they all went down.
Single-handedly, yes?
And I used to.
Never said single-handedly.
No, we have not fought any armies single-handedly. We had help. We had allies.
Go get
And
more allies.
alliances.
Make more alliances. You have ship?
Then
Go take
yeah,
the
we
ship.
would be helpful to have a direction of who to speak to or where to go. If you know, we're not exactly familiar with this area.
No one is familiar with Orkesh. That is why the orcs live here. Nothing else grows here, nothing else survives here except for orcs. Our neighbors hate us, Tia. To the west, mana wastes. Mirage, Kanasa. Far in distance. To the east, Ustral, along the coast of the Stone Ocean. Across the Rio water, Orien. Perhaps Mask Wearers and Cult of Basir wants to come help. I don't think so. South, Vandalia, Serene. They don't care. Vandalia, especially, hates orcs. To be fair, Whitehand comes from south. Made many enemies for us, conveniently for him. To the north, there's Alazar, Exilar, and Rotranan, the borderland between Orkesh and Alazar and Exilar. I don't know. What do you think? What do you know? I have spent no time on courtly intrigue, and all of my time here, helping build the tribes up, build the Confederacy up. I know not what happens in the world outside. Anybody who wants to can make me a history roll to see what they know about the following regions that I just mentioned.
Oh boy,
so-
Fadia will do this at disadvantage. But
So what I'd
I'll
like you to
try.
do is pick a direction and make me a history roll based on it.
I'm gonna go with east.
Sounds good.
16.
I'm gonna go with north. Ooh! I only had 17 for north.
I would have
Pop-
done really well, except for disadvantage gave me a nat 1, so that's a 10.
Okay. If you can pop your direction and your number in the chat. And boop. There we go. And boop, there we go. Okay, just pulling out my country list. One sec. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so looking at the list, I'm going to start with, I'll pick a random direction. One is north. I'm going to start with west. Okay, so Mars isn't even trying. Nope. Okay. So Mars, people are people, so why can't it be? Fadia, west, everything that you know is pretty much gone aside from Mirage. You know that along the coast, right next to the sea that kind of separates the two continents, there are a lot of villages there, and have been forever. That's where all of the Canassian like village and trade routes are. But in the lands of Kanasa, it's basically like Canada. All of the settlements are like right next to the borders. So like if you look at the outline of Kanasa, there if it's touching water, there's people there. But once you get into the actual desert, very few things aside from roving villages and migratory things and Mirage inside of the sand wastes, or the mana wastes, I should say. Heading to the north, Kat, your knowledge of the north, actually this is pretty fitting. The north, you know that basically Orkesh is a wasteland with a lot of crazy shit running around in it. north of it, there is this huge mountain range called the Sky Eater Mountains, which are flanked by the Boar Tusk Mountains, which, Malia, you would know that there's like a large dwarf population in the Boar Tusk Mountains, which kind of flank over this area called Ustral. Ustral is naturally like a very wild, like almost, think like Portugal and Spain type of terrain, like very arid, very mountainous, very steppe-land in many places. And it's where a lot of Loxodon come from around here. It is also one of the main points of contact with Akoka to the east. So if you want to do any trading with like that area, Ustral, and above that is Exelar, which is a country that is completely walled off by basically a biodome of magic made of this magical miasma. It is a country of disease and horrors that people don't come back from. Alazar is another country that kind of is at the very top there. Like Ustral, it's very arid, very kind of Spanish Moroccan in its kind of like vibe. Just for a quick touchstone. And they are renowned masters of spycraft and blood magic. So, and then kind of right at the base of it, kind of separating Orkesh and like the non-Orkeshian nations, is this place called the Sultanate of Rotranan, which you know very little about, aside from it's basically a Margravate. It's this sultanate that basically acts as like a checkpoint between the two, and is situated in this kind of sandy valley between these mountain ranges. Basically, it's like
and
Salt
that
Lake
was
City.
the Sultanate of what was the name?
Rotranan. RO''TRANAAN. All right, over to the east. That is going to be with Tia. Tia, you know about Ustral as well, because it is to the east of, it's to the northeast. So you know that because you actually met a Loxodon while you were doing some of your tours of duty. And they're pretty proud of their homelands. It is a very arid terrain, like I said, lots of underground activity. A lot of entrances to the Underdark around that region as well. And over across the way is Orien, which is a huge island, almost like a microcontinent, off the coast of Argeny. To the east, that is very verdant, very covered in basically fruit. Is covered by fruit trees, tons of vineyards. It's where most of Basir's worship comes from, and is very known for its elegant debauchery. It's very, very French. It's very French. And then to the south, Malia with a, what'd you get on that? A 16. Serene is a lovely little place. It's a mercantile nation directly to the south, that is responsible for basically being like in control of all of the trade routes. You know about Serene particularly because if you want to do any type of movement of alcohol out of Toulouse into Argeny, you have to go through Serene merchants. And they're pretty cutthroat, and are very defensive about their trade routes and about their mercantile power. Along the eastern coast is Fandelia, which is a very large nation that is known for having multiple kings constantly backstabbing each other. And they're very much a fuck around and find out country, even internally. It's Philadelphia, the country. They're very much about freedom and liberty. Perhaps to a comical extreme at times. A lot of Aarakocra come from Vandalia. You remember meeting an Aarakocra named John once. Nice guy. So yeah, that's what you would know about the basic ideas of those places.
I
Well,
don't know where we should try and go, really.
Well, we came from the west, so not much point going back there.
I mean, to the south, there's the merchants who defend all the trade routes, but I mean, you
We
could
have
kind of
nothing
maybe
to
pitch
trade.
trade routes, protection of trade routes by taking out Whitehand. That might work,
Yeah.
but they're pretty sensitive about it, and they'd probably. I'm guessing they'd probably end up thinking we're threatening them pretty quick, because they're very touchy. And Vandalia is like the ultimate fuck around and find out.
Yeah, I don't
Man.
think we really have time to fuck around or find out.
to the north,
They're pretty
what
insane.
do we have? We have the mountains separating Orcash and XLR. There's dwarves there in the mountains.
Do I know anything about those dwarves?
I mean, there's XLR, of course, and I mean,
You can make me a history
who
roll.
doesn't know about the significant
19.
19. Okay, one sec. Cadamus will give you a look. The boar tusk dwarves. Miners primarily. Miners and alchemists. Real queer fellows. Into creating alloys. Weird experiments. Right, daft ponces, really. You've heard the same.
Could
that
be.
the Bortusk Mountains have a lot of like strange sorcery that they practice. Dwarves tend to not be quite as magically focused. Ones in the Bortusk Mountains tend to try to create new sorceries.
So a little.
Sometimes, yeah. Also, they're either creating, basically they're the wizards who are trying to create a better fireball or trying to create a better prosthetic fireball.
Yeah, they're a little insane. I wouldn't go there.
Then again, if you need something to
Okay.
blow up,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but they
ultimately
might blow us up.
Oh, what's the right
Moving
matter
on.
with
It seems pretty even.
experimentation? I'm an
Um,
experiment. My people are an experiment. Well, we did die and blow up, so I guess that's something.
So
I mean,
maybe not
we could
experiments.
try for XLR, but I don't think we'd get in. I mean, of course, they have their ever lovely wall of miasma that blocks off the entire country.
Isn't
How long is that?
helpful?
How long has the wall been up, Kelly, for the
about
XLR?
since you went to sleep. So it's
So
3 or 400 years max.
Wait, what? XLR has a what?
So we're probably not getting in there. Not sure how much we'd want to. Anyways, it's
What's
doesn't seem like the best place in the world.
That's
Um,
a whole country's blocked off.
Yeah, and then there's Alizar,
Where?
even to the north of that.
Oh, those are
And,
the creepy fucks.
Yeah, they're as far as I know, they're known for like blood magic, spycraft, that kind of interesting thing.
Well, that could be useful, but I don't know
Which could
how
be
friendly would they
useful.
be.
Who knows?
That's where the
how
hunters
friendly
come
are
from.
anybody or anyone that we're gonna find, like, really, how friendly have a lot of people been? when we just show up?
Well, there was a few people who were pretty friendly, like
There's a few people out of
Yeah.
how many?
Well,
We've
Look,
had a
if-
lot who weren't quite so friendly as well.
Manelros is going to kind of lean in. Take this from an old bard, if you will.
Mhm.
But when I'm looking for allies, I don't look who's most willing to help. Think about it like this. If Whitehand takes over Orkesh and turns it into the point of a spear, who stands to lose the most? What do you think? You're well traveled.
is there a politics roll that Tia can try and make
You can
here?
make me a
like
history roll with that knowledge. Yeah.
History? Okay. I'm not expecting this to go very well.
Nat 20.
No, I rolled a 5. That's an 11. This is not
11?
her forte. Yeah, it's an 11.
I mean, anybody else who wants to take a look at that?
Yeah, I'll take a look at that.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a nat 1.
Fede will try.
You're like
A
Fandelia.
3 plus 9 is 12 for Fede.
Asen starts like spiraling mentally about like, oh, if we get the Aarakocra, then we can like attack from the air, and that'll be great. Oh man, because the ship will go, and the Aarakocra will be like,
Asen-
"Ah," and it'll be like, oh, don't.
I don't think- Yeah, I don't think
18.
I don't think it's quite the.
Well,
Would you get on
girl
that,
can dream, okay.
Fadia?
12.
12, and did you roll disadvantage because of exhaustion?
Yeah, no, I rolled an 8 and a 17. That was the
Okay.
lower of the two.
12? I mean,
I
out
had
of
9 to history.
proximity, you'd probably say proximity would probably be the north or the east would be the ones to draw from.
East. We need to go east.
Northeast?
North or east?
North or east is close. So east. It's very east.
Okay, so
Rotranan-
that gives a range of.
Rotranan?
What do we?
I mean, they've
And
got
that's right at the
connections,
border.
right?
Pretty sure. I've never
They're
even
like
heard
a
of
they're
them.
like what, a border place?
Yeah, it's the border between
So
Orkesh.
They're a
North.
land border, a borderland, one might say.
there's a chance they've got a lot of allies around, right? That might work.
Right.
Could be worth a shot.
And
If they're-
if they're on the border, they may be interested in not having god-powered orcs invading them.
Well, if they've got ties to dwarves, and they've got ties to Loxodon, and they've got ties to... who knows? Maybe the lepers?
Yeah, so
Mm,
we can
Good. could be worth a try.
see.
It's a direction. It's a destination. It's a start.
Good. A good place to start.
East we go.
Tia,
Yes. Faye.
have you met a man yet?
I've met many men.
Malia will choke slightly on her drink at that.
And that's not what you were asking. Okay, right.
Have you met a man for intimacy?
Yes. And then I left them.
I do not see you leaving them with child.
Nope.
Now, darling, this is the modern age. It could.
I was
just-
gonna say, is it because she's a woman? She has a pregnant? Do you expect Manelros to come back with children all the time?
I know. If I left
Malia's
them,
gonna
I'd be murdered.
nudge Fadia.
I was going to say that it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman that our daughter finds.
A man,
Yes.
you mean?
Yes. That's what I mean. It could be either. Yes, it could.
And I'm
A woman
Not-
would have more difficulty impregnating her. But not impossible. With magic.
I'll point out that there hasn't exactly been anyone able to keep up with my lifestyle.
Nobody good enough to breed with, right?
If they can't have my back when I'm about to go fight a god, then what's the point?
Is this why you only travel with women and dwarf? Thanks for considering me a man among others. That's probably good.
Yeah, I'm not.
I think that was accidental. We did have one male.
We did.
I thought
That
we did.
recently changed.
Oh no, I'm talking about the other one that fucked off before you joined us.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh!
Shit.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You're right.
There was a real male.
Well,
Yeah.
they were male.
Yeah.
I mean, you were technically presented
Yeah,
that way.
technically, yeah, I thought I was.
You learn better.
I learned better. I got better.
Kelly,
Obviously. Yes.
Fadia's going to turn on her star sight on Bruja. Not Bruja. That's
On
a vampire. on
Bruca.
I mean,
Bruca. Thank you. Oh my god.
Not
so close.
inaccurate, really.
No.
Honestly, I didn't
I
intend
need
that
you
though.
to make a deception. Oh wait, no, or their DC level if they're unaware of you. Is she unaware of me looking?
She's unaware of you at the moment, yeah. So
what's her?
Fate-
What's my DC then?
what's the DC based on?
It says if they're aware it's opposed, but if not, it's based on their DC level or challenge rating if they're unaware.
So your DC is 12.
Okay, and I'm doing this at disadvantage, but
Okay.
oh man. Investigation. It's a plus 4. I rolled a 4. That's an 8. We don't have determination, do we?
Nope, nobody bought any for you.
All right, so that's gonna be an 8.
We do start every game of Shards with an inspiration.
Oh, that's
spell,
true.
right?
You can spend it on this.
I will spend this on this.
Okay.
We had not been told if it was a success or failure yet.
Yes, it's true.
I mean, we knew what it was, but
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be a 14.
So what are you using this for? So Fadia's eyes are going to start like swirling into black stars.
I can ask one simple question about the nature. She's going to ask, how does she feel about Tia?
Sad. You're out of focus. You took that so hard, you went out of focus.
Yep, I see that. Oof.
Oh, your brio's getting to that age.
What do you mean, that age?
This my brio. After 2 years, my brio started getting fuzzy.
That's fair.
Oh, Fadia has determination now. Thanks, Nylish.
Thanks.
So yeah, that's the basic feeling that you're going to get.
All right.
Tonight we eat and drink. Tomorrow you leave. First light.
Yeah.
Go bring us allies. Then maybe tomorrow we Prepare to die. What? You didn't come to Orkesh to live, did you? Nothing comes here to live. This is a place of death.
Well, we sort of hoped we would just be in and out.
Then go. She kind of knocks her drink over as she says it. Then go.
You will in the morning.
If you wish to just be...
Mally's gonna
out.
reach over and just smack Tia behind the head.
Ow.
Stop being an idiot.
What?
You know what the culture is here. Hell, I can tell just having showed up. I'm sure your mother loves you. She's gonna say that part quietly.
I'm gonna roll perception on that. 1 sec.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say,
I actually
Fate is also
failed.
gonna roll.
I failed.
Yeah, it's a 6 and a
20
nat
years you said? She doesn't know how to talk to you. And you don't know how to talk to her. You guys are too different. I don't think she means it bad. But it sounds like you don't care about them, so she's reacting and retreating. And trying to protect herself from being hurt too. I bet you.
I can whisper too. It's called deflection.
Mally's wise as shit, and you just don't see it on a regular basis.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the case, but they are the ones who ditched me when I was a teenager.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
Are you sure you know the whole story, though? Most parents don't tell their kids shit.
Yeah, well, they don't get to leave and then make assumptions about who I am.
And some parents aren't meant to be parents, just so you know. Mine were okay.
I don't think they're really making assumptions about who you are, more just what they expect the life journey milestones are based on culture. Do you want your mom to really think that you hate her?
Oh, she thinks I hate her? No,
I mean, if you leave, you basically just said that you'd leave in the morning and not help them.
No, we're gonna go in the morning to go find the allies, which is what we literally just planned.
Yes, but you had just said you didn't plan to be here for long. And then she said, why don't you just go then? And you said, sure, I'll do that.
Like you're turning around just to go back.
So she basically said, why don't you just go then? Because you don't care about us. And you said, yeah, sure, I don't care about you.
That is not what I said.
No, but that's the fucking implication, Tia!
Oh my.
She starts scream whispering a little.
I don't think this is
Tia's
a very
like-
quiet conversation
I didn't-
anymore.
No, I don't
This is
think
like
that's
looking
what
around,
Suddenly you're
like,
just gonna hear
more.
like louder
You
playing.
didn't hear when the conversation switched. And then you agreed to something I don't think you realized you agreed to. So push the feelings down in a box.
Listen, I love you.
Deal with them later.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't know how to talk.
And trying to stop listening like it's your mom.
She's not going. But you said she's going. It's fine. Everything will be fine. She'll come around.
This
She
is
does.
ridiculous.
Everyone. On this night that we say goodbye, Monero stands up, and as this night that we say goodbye to Kanui, let us remember what brought us here. Let us remember the new home that you have carved out through sweat and tears and blood and the bonds of family. And speaking of family, here we have the reunion. Pardon me. Cheers. Oh, you never get used to that. we have the reunion of my dear and sweet wife, and my strong and handsome daughter, who has brought her strong friends, a magic ship, and more than anything, has brought what Orkesh has sorely been lacking for these past months. Hope. And I have to say, in my entire life, I have never, ever felt as much hope as when I look at you, Tia Armstrong.
Molly is trying to give him the "you're laying it on too thick" eyes.
So a toast to nothing ventured. Shall we drink up? These glasses...
Dwarven roars in the corner.
These glasses aren't going to go skyward themselves, unless that wizard has something to do with it. Ready? 3, 2... Oh, god damn it. And then he starts sputtering on his booze. I never get used to that. Here's to nothing ventured. Good luck. And with that, the eating and drinking will go on into the night. But I think we'll check back in after this quick break. Let's take 5. We'll be right back after we hit a washroom break, so don't go anywhere. Hello everybody, we're back, and this is the part of the program where we talk to the chat for like 2 minutes, because then I want to get back to the game so we can get on the road. So for those of you who have looked at the mid-roll, you have seen that the new ad for Robin's Radiant Citadel game is now in rotation. Yay! That will be posted to the Discord publicly soon.
Panic!
Panic at the Citadel.
Since I have, first I'll do the check. I'll do the check. But poking at my 2 players that have not sent me their answers or the survey.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go open that right now, so I have it in a tab.
Nice.
I'm gonna go add some.
Fingers crossed it'll help.
I'm gonna add some of these to my water.
Yeet.
Drugs. Yeah.
Drugs.
Is that anything like Michael's special stuff?
Basically, you haven't been watching Technocracy, have you? My character regularly doses people with drugs.
Yep.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, that sounds like a Technocracy game.
He's a psychologist.
Oh, then that
Sometimes you
definitely
just-
sounds like a Technocracy game.
Sometimes you just need to give some LSD.
Love our crew.
So
I
good.
mean, how else does a technocratic
good.
psychologist work?
I don't know. And Brando, I also can't wait to hear my character's voice because man, I've tried like 15 variations of it, and I'm not gonna do it for the chat until it's the day of. But man,
I'll have to figure something out for that too.
that is a flavor I just created.
Was it a mistake?
Yeah, was it?
Everything I do is a mistake, Amy.
That's
is
not
just-
true.
Ugh.
What
But that
about
might
the
have
fermented
been.
ox milk?
That's
Yeah.
a real thing.
That
Ugh.
is maybe not something that should be a thing.
It's actually fermented mare's milk or fermented cow's milk, and it is called erag. I don't know if that's how it's actually pronounced, but that's how it's spelled. And it is what the Mongols drunk.
Oh.
Oh,
And because the orcs and Ylos are kind of a mishmash of like 5 different cultures that I've rolled up into a ball and tried to make not obvious stand-ins for real world things that orcs often get attached to, which is really hard. To basically be like, orcs,
Assemble. I mean,
assemble, and don't be racist with them. It's difficult because there's so much stigma.
Yeah, the oof moment of this episode was just like the hearing the Azabek reveals like oof.
Yep. I actually I got distracted before game. I was actually going to do a content warning involving like so, you know, that's kind of missed that, but hey, Dice Cream Sandwich, good to have you here. We're just about to head back into game in a minute, but it's wonderful to get raided by you. All right. So, yeah. So anyway, we're going to be doing Panic at the Citadel. So Dork Tales Expo is coming up on the 21st through the 23rd. That is our in-channel convention where we are doing tons of panels. I have 21 panels on a piece of paper over here that are potentials. And they're all pretty rad. You should definitely come. It's a fundraiser for the channel, but you can watch for free if you don't have any cash and don't feel like donating. It's fine. We'd just rather just have you here. But it helps us offset a lot of our production costs. And it is going to be fantastic. April 21st through 23rd. And on the 23rd, we are running a How to Run a Session 0, which is actually going to be a live Session 0 for the Radiant Citadel. So you should definitely come and join us for that. It is lovely having you here. And big love to Dice Cream Sandwich again for the raid. Thank you so much.
Dude, I'm so excited and nervous for running my first campaign for that.
You can't do as bad as, well, no one's gonna die.
That you know of.
It's suspicious.
People are going to die of fun.
There's lots of dying when you roll them.
Yes, but we'll talk about Bookwyrm later. Thanks again to our sponsor, Bookwyrm Dice. All right, folks, I think it is about time to head back into game, going into DM voice. DM voice is coming, whether I wanted to or not. Okay. Any last questions, comments, concerns before we head back into game? Cool. All right, so without further ado,
Many concerns, but
fair, but not fair. All right, let's head back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Shards of Nyrn here on Dork Tales. Is there anything else that you all plan to do throughout the night as you're drinking, eating, and just basically trying to come down from that battle?
I just want to kind of like study the insect a little bit before I release it back.
Sounds good. Can you make me another nature check?
Sure. The animal handling one or like nature?
You know what? I'd allow either.
Which one's better? Let's see.
I don't know which one's better. I think one's
Let's
charisma.
see. Yeah, well, nature's my intelligence, which is not bad. How is 17 on that one?
Sure. So you're going to see that it is, so as you're playing with it, they set you up inside of one of these stone-worked tents, and you'll hear the sound of thunder crackling overhead and begin seeing cloud-to-cloud lightning through the open bit of leather that is used as a door on this yurt. What you're going to notice throughout the night is as the lightning crackles, the beetle is going to become ever more animated, and it actually seems to become animated before the lightning actually appears. You start to
Can
think
I
that
also throw in something like little like screws or anything that I might find around? Just like loose ones.
You'll have some nails on you or coins on you for sure.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna like throw it in to see what it does.
What are you throwing in? Like what things are you throwing in? Just a nail? You throwing in any other?
I'll try a nail. I'll try a piece of copper.
Okay. I will tell you what. Throughout the night, it goes nuts on that copper.
On the copper, and it like eats it.
It's more like,
or like nibbles it.
It kind of chews it. It doesn't look like it can actually like bite through it completely. More like it dents it and just kind of like mouths and gnaws on it for quite a while. And as it does, you can hear this slightly like high-pitched buzzing noise reverberating throughout the jar.
And it just seems to be content with its clopper.
Until it begins getting a little bit of cloud-to-cloud lightning. Then it begins acting very frisky, might be the wrong word, but very animate inside of its jar. And it seems like on the really big cloud lightning blasts, it seems to notice them about 10 to 15 seconds before.
Okay.
And then you'll just see through the sky.
Interesting. Cool. Yeah, because before we go to bed or anything, I'll go and let it out and be like, "Here you go, little buddy."
Okay, it will maybe go, and the beetle will fly off back toward the crevasse.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool.
You have learned things about lightning beetles.
Beetles.
All right. What's everybody else doing throughout the night? They basically have set you up one big yurt to spend time with.
Probably healing
Sure.
Yeah, resting.
and then resting. So I think Malia, on planning to have a full night's rest, would have sat there and done cure wounds, cure wounds, cure wounds, cure wounds, cure wounds, cure wounds until she was better.
Okay.
Enough to rest and deal with everybody else's stuff as well.
Good call.
Probably exhausted most of her spell slots doing that.
Sounds good. So if you're just resting up and healing and playing with bugs for the rest of the night, then you can get a good sleep. Fadia, you're pretty wasted, so that's a nice easy one. Asen, you can fall into a trance pretty quickly and rest up. Really
Perfect.
managed to black out the sound of Cadmus snoring into a pillow nearby. But as you are sitting there trancing, Asen, can you please do me a favor and make me a perception roll with disadvantage?
Yes, of course. This one. With disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Okay. It's nearly first light in the morning. You stayed up a bit, drank a bit more, and are trancing off of it when you hear the sound of a footfall outside, scraping in the dirt. And that is what's going to kind of pull you away from the very last moments of your trance that were basically, they were the overflow, the snooze alarm trance.
Fair enough.
You know, where you're just I'm just going to stay in this for a while, this is comfy. But you're going to hear the sound of someone walking up to the door. Well, the flap of the yurt, at least. And pausing.
She's going to she's probably gonna bring her rifle close because she's not sure if it's somebody maybe friendly at the door. So she's gonna bring it close, not bring it up or anything, but she's gonna have it very close by. And she's just going to, I think she's just gonna stay there like she's trancing and just kind of ready to, if somebody tries to come in and be a negative Nancy. So
What's your passive
she's
perception?
being aware. My passive perception's 21.
As you kind of slide next to the door, you are going to smell a bit of sweat and a bit of the slight musk that you recognize as orcish sweat versus, say, elven sweat or human sweat. There's a slight difference in pungency. And will smell just the slightest hint of burial flowers that were wrapped in the body that you'll recognize as belonging, that scent is Brooka, Tia's mother. You'll hear another
And she
scrape.
hasn't come through the door yet?
She doesn't. You can feel her on the other side of the doorway.
Good morning.
Good morning. She'll pull the leather curtain aside, which
Just
will be
me
enough
so
to
far.
disturb the rest of you into wakefulness. It is almost first dawn.
Time to go.
Right.
Tia,
Yeah.
walk with me.
Of course. She'll get up and follow her out.
She takes you out and up on the hill where the body was. It's the highest point aside from the mountains here. And as she takes you up there, she looks around and says, "What do you see?" Look.
Just take a look. What does she see?
Hell.
Hmm.
A barren landscape devoid of most life, aside from that which was brought in by cart or on the backs of these orcs. You can see places where the rough earth has been hewn and split for vegetation that struggles against the blanketing clouds. You can see the animals that they keep, the oxen, the reptiles. A bit too thin. A bit too much rib. Strong, but somewhat emaciated.
Hmm.
What do you see?
Resilience.
They hate us out there. Or they use us. Do you know? Was it the same for you?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Husband says that you are angry. With me. With him. Mostly me. Hard to stay angry at foolish man.
It's not like he escaped a tongue lashing either. You know, when we... I never thought I'd see either of you again.
You get
It-
cool from your father, then. You're strong. I knew I would see you again.
When we...
Continue.
When we met him, and you weren't there, And he introduced me to
Yes.
oh, you can probably guess what I thought had
You
happened.
said you hit him.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
And then it was all this ploy to get help and get him out. And that
I'm
made sense,
smart.
but also
Mother is clever. Sometimes too clever. When I met husband, I did not know about our history. Not really. When I met husband, I had been around humans, raised by an orc tribe. I did not know to fear the elf in him. Which is good. You look more like him than me. I thought I hoped it would be different for you. You are pretty. You are pretty like him. Strong like me. But people are stupid. They only look at faces. And you have a pretty face. I hoped it would be easy. I thought it would be too hard to come here. And now you still come here. So, like a good mother, I am both right and wrong at the same time. I want you to fight for cash. Because it is the right thing to do. Not because of me. This is struggle. Do you know what I see when I look around here? When I look at these lands?
I can guess.
Can you? I have learned much about our chain breaking since I came here, met with Kanui, met with the other elders. The elves burned any language we wrote, but we have stories and magic. We can speak with the dead. We can take their stories back. I see penance. If that is the right word. We struggle in
Maybe.
Orkash. to make a new home, so that we can forgive ourselves for the one we left when they came for us. Never again. This does not have to be your home. To be a part of you.
I do want to help because it's the right thing to do.
Good.
Because I know it's going to sound terrible no matter how I say it, but I was going to be here anyway. I didn't know you would be here. Either of you. I was going to come here anyway.
Are you
And
angry
seeing
with
what
me?
we've seen.
Do you hate me? Do you want to
No.
hit me?
No.
You want to hit husband, but not mother.
Don't think it would.
It is okay to be afraid of me. I would be.
I just don't think it would fix anything or make me feel better. But what I'm trying to say is, even if you weren't here, if I didn't find you here, I would still help because it's the right thing to do.
Good.
But I am glad that you were here.
I am always here. I packed you, lizard. I remember you liked it when you were a girl. I left it by your yurt.
Right, lizard. My favorite.
It's good. It's good lizard. It's
Yeah.
charred and chewy,
Yeah.
fatty lizard, like you like.
Yeah.
You used to go to Lizard Man with me, and he would give samples of tails, and you would ask for extra tails every time. You loved them.
Yeah. Yep.
You ate those tails like noodles. And she's going to continue to give you shit.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to pan back down to the yurt, where outside of the yurt, you're going to hear another scrape in the dirt, and then a familiar voice as Monelro says, "So what do you bet the odds are there? They're going to make up."
Well, Tia's going to be awkward about it. Tia's mom's going to be awkward about it. They're going to be awkward about it together.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For probably about 20 or 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then one of them is going to say something dumb.
Oh.
And
Nope,
that's
that
going to
wasn't
be
it.
enough to break the tension. And
Yeah.
then they're going to make up.
Again.
My
Tia will
prediction.
probably be awkward for the next week. So
Yes.
See, that sounds a
yes.
little more like the girl that I knew.
Yeah. Tia's not going to shake the awkwardness for
Yeah,
a
that's-
good while.
That's the elf in her. We're good brooders.
I didn't get the brooding gene.
That's because you're a high elf.
Accurate.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I am too.
You
but,
got the
know.
snooty one though.
I got the snooty one. I mean, I can't deny that. Not one bit.
Well, look, I know you're proud of your rebellious elven heritage and all, Aeson, but, around here it's better to play it down. They don't... Listen, we don't repeat this outside of the tent, but Whitehand's people are going to kill you on sight if they can, just because you've got pointed ears. They hate you. But the good people of Orcash, it's a little more complicated. Back when the
I'm not
yeah.
surprised.
They're clinging to this place with all they've have. I've never seen anything like it. But back when they were on their island, before the elves came, it was apparently paradise, the way they tell it. After what they went through, I don't know what else I would call it either. Freedom. Do you know... the worst thing that the elves did wasn't taking the orcs. They took a few at first. The orcs resisted. They're strong people. So the elves used their mastery of nature and their magics, and they burned their island to a cinder, so that no plant or animal besides the people there survived. The worst thing wasn't taking the orcs. The worst thing was forcing the orcs to go to the elves for survival. And no amount of self-hatred is going to patch that up. Between us. Anyway. Brookapacti lizard, I hope you don't mind. It's cured. I don't know what it was sick with before, but it's definitely cured now.
How
Lizard?
does it taste?
I mean, pretty good. It's you know when they say like tastes like chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that. But a little like that at the same. Honestly, it tastes a little more like pork, but like tough pork.
Okay.
Mally's
gonna find a piece and try it.
Honestly, it's not too bad. It's very chewy. It's very like you're gonna need a toothpick if Mally has got any gaps anywhere. Like it's gonna.
No, she's got teeth like rocks.
Okay, then no
Craggy
problem at all.
rocks.
Then she like honestly, lizard meat
She's got
is more
dwarven
like.
teeth.
Oh, that's fair. This is definitely like
They're built
jerky.
stocky.
This is jerky meat, right? Like this is definitely gonna like chew, suck, let the saliva dissolve it a bit.
Yummy.
I'm
not
assuming
bad.
this is. I've had alligator before in real life, and it's pretty. It's
Like
pretty
this is
tough.
like something that you chew while you work type thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is basically
you're moving and doing stuff while you're chewing it slowly.
yeah. Dwarf teeth and orc teeth are gonna make no problem with this. Elf teeth might have a little bit of problem with like everything except for like the tails and the feet.
I'll try some.
It's pretty damn good, actually, Mars. It's very peppery.
I've
It's
just
very-
eaten
you know what?
people before.
There is going to be a little bit of like, there's a bit of a bite because they've tenderized this with capsaicin.
Ooh.
So
Yeah.
like, it's definitely got a bit of a bite. There's like flecks of peppers hanging onto it. All right. Well, here comes the awkward couple. Darling! Darlings! Hello! I dropped off the lizard. We are completely drained of lizard. First thing I do when I wake up, usually.
You drain lizards? Of what?
Don't ask.
Well, have a safe trip.
So you'll
Ah.
say,
Did you have a good walk?
was informative.
Good. Good. And
I'm guessing you're gonna stick around here.
yeah. Tell you what.
Okay.
Go find us some allies. And when this is all said and done, and white hands in the ground, or wherever the fuck we leave the corpse, we'll shoot it into space.
How about
We can-
digest it inside something's belly? Feed him to something.
Whatever works. We can have a big vow renewal party. What do you say? I don't need vows to own you. I hadn't a doubt, my sweet. Had not a doubt.
Do you have a little collar for him? With a little name tag, if he's good?
Yes, with a locket for the leash.
Don't make it
He's
weird.
gonna turn real red at
Please.
that point.
Oh god, fuck.
He is surprisingly sturdy.
Right. All right. Okay. That's enough. Enough. That's
I'm intrigued, but I feel like
nope.
should
We're going.
kill me.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Bye, mom. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, dad. Just like yeah. Okay. Bye. Love you. Bye. And she's leaving. She's like grabbing one of her friends and she's just dragging them. She's just like, no. fuck, we're
Asen's
going.
already started to walk back towards the ship.
Just-
So do you
Mally's
like,
just
you know
kind of
what, I'm
laughing a
done.
bit. Well, you broke the awkward with something else. She's gonna mention to Melrose.
And as you all start to walk off,
Well, I
Cadmus
know
will
where
lean
Tia
into,
gets it from.
lean into Fady and be like, so do you think he was the top or the bottom on that one?
Definitely the bottom.
Hold on, let me just, one sec. You know, I'm gonna roll advantage.
You're
for
not
that.
wrong.
And as you're walking by, like, you would be mistaken.
I'm a switch.
You're not wrong. You do not stay married for 20 years by choosing one position or side.
Oh my god.
Good advice. Thank you. I would love to talk more about
We're
how
going.
you two
Bye.
have kept a healthy
Nope.
marriage for the past 20 years.
Fadia just Tia's like hand over Fadia's mouth, just like dragging like full like her doesn't usually use like her full like strength on her allies, but I think it's like literally like hoisting her, just like we're going.
Tusks are quite erogenous.
Oh my fucking.
All right, and with that, you head back to the Duchess.
Yeah, Tia, I'm pretty sure that's what she's talking about. Fucking.
Yeah.
You're dead to me.
I love you too.
Fade's just enjoying the ride back with over Tia's shoulder. Just like, this is a lot easier than walking.
Honestly.
Boy.
Yeah.
So, Mars, did you find anything out about those beetles last night?
They're very reactive to the stimuli of lightning before it would actually.
Oh, very
Come
reactive
out
to
from
the
the sky.
stimuli of light. Look at you. Are you going to be an artificer too?
No. But by like 10 or 15 seconds, like it could feel it before it touched ground.
It
And they
detects
also
lightning.
preferred, it also preferred copper over like little bits of whatever nails are.
Usually, I mean, like a lot of iron. But I mean, copper does particularly like electricity, so that makes sense. I mean, iron does too, but
I didn't try steel though.
we could have done that. Do impurity tests. Try it with wood as well. Wood doesn't. You know what? Oh, I wonder. I could probably. I wonder if it would eat rubber. I've got a little bit of rubber. Not much. It's pretty hard.
Interesting.
Aye, the trees are hard to come by. All right.
But yeah.
Well, everyone strap in. We're going up. And with that, the Duchess is going to take to the sky, and so we're heading due north.
Aye.
Yeah.
Well,
North?
at least we're done with all the family drama for a bit, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Until we
Come on,
find
who's
the
got
next
family
one.
drama.
Oh, you know, the bugs, the beetles, always strife with the beetles.
The bugs and the bitches, no? The bugs and the Borks. I can't find a way to do it.
Does anyone know what she's talking about?
Honestly, I
I was
don't.
trying to do birds and the bees.
Well, they've got birds. They're just giant fuck off birds.
Yeah, and there's not any bees here because there's no plants to.
You know what? If
pollinate.
that's the size of the birds, I don't want to see the feckin' bees.
Yeah.
I think Fade is just gonna like burst out like a laugh there.
And
Yeah, make sure you just don't fly into any of those birds. We don't want to get any closer than we had the first time.
I'll do my best. So north it is.
Mhm.
That.
North it is.
The ship flies north. Several hours of transit later, as you ride the midday sun, well, the midday light, there is no real sun around here, just the glowing of the clouds above. A reddish hue that's cast across Dorkesh. Before long, you can see the Sky Eater Mountains in the distance, coming closer and closer. These jagged peaks that look like nothing you have seen before. Honestly, like the broken smile of a demon rising up. So tall that to cross them on foot would not perhaps be a death sentence, but would be adjacent to one. Beyond it, you can see another set of mountains over to the east, shaped like curved tusks. And then, to the northeast, northwest, a single mountain that looms large and proud, snow-capped peak so high that it pierces the cloud cover. Anybody can roll a history check to see if they've heard of this mountain. It is quite large. It is basically the Everest of this region.
I am no longer exhausted, right?
You are no longer exhausted. And this mountain has
Yay.
not changed through time.
7.
Cool.
I got a 16.
You
For
need
history, yes.
You need a 14 to know about this mountain.
I
Dirty 20.
think I have it. One sec. I managed to close my character sheet like a brilliant person I am. It's the history.
Yeah.
That is a 15.
15? So
Yeah,
this
15.
is Mount Aitoet. Or Aitoet, if you want to pronounce it that way. AY2Et. So tall that it touches the clouds.
Ooh. So AI 2
AYTOET.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. It is even even taller than Mount Arepo, but Mount Arepo is actually a couple of mountains that have slouched into each other over the millennia, and are kind of Mount Arepo is down on Thestorel, and it's like 3 mountains that kind of drunkenly fell into each other, and are like, hey, how's it going, buddy? And there's a bunch of monasteries on top of it because there are flat bits on top of it, whereas this is basically just like this. It's a giant mountain that says "fuck you" to the rest of the world. All right. As you make your way there, you can see the lightning gathering up above. As you cross that first set of mountains, the jagged Sky Eater Mountains, you can see down into the desert land below. It's desert, yes, but dotted with thick oases of jungle. Whatever this region is, it looks like it has a pretty solid groundwater preserve. But as you are looking around and heading toward the obvious direction of a city, you are going to notice along the Boartusk Mountains something strange. I'd like a perception roll if anyone who's looking.
Cool. Also, quick question. I didn't write the notice of how long it lasts, but the Skagaroot, how would we would have
weeks.
brought a couple weeks? Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think I said it lasts about a week. You need to take it about weekly.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
17?
I didn't write that down.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
17 for me.
17, Mars. Good job.
26.
Holy shit.
19.
19? Okay. Malia?
I put it in the chat with everybody else's.
Oh, perfect. 26, 12. Okay, so you are not going to quite be able to see it from where you are, Fadia, but you're going to be looking over and seeing that there are large migrations of rather large beasts moving throughout, and that's going to kind of catch your eye. And you're also going to see they're being herded from this vantage point by... it's hard to make them out, but they're larger than humans. Larger, thicker, a bit stronger looking. But the rest of you are going to have your eyes kind of draw you to the Boartusk Mountains, where you are going to see that there are these lines bisecting the mountain range all over, like veins. And it's, as you get closer, all of you are going to get... What the hell? Something's moving along them. Like a caterpillar. You've never seen anything quite like this. It looks mechanical. It looks like a huge mine carts. What's wrong?
What's that?
You're seeing that too?
Yeah.
That, my Malia, I saw those in Edagon's study. Those are trains. And you'll see one of them emit a huge billow of smoke from the top of one of their stacks. So where do we go now? Looks like there's a palace or something built into the big mountain.
Is that where we were planning on going?
I think so. And Tia, it's at that point that you're going to notice something push through the clouds up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bird, but with your perception roll, you're going to see, headed your direction, another ship.
Hey, Cadmus, do you see that?
I think I do. It's,
That?
okay.
Looks like another ship.
Fly casual, I guess.
We think they're friendly.
Guess we'll find
Is there a way
out.
to
The ship looks very much like the Duchess. A grand balloon that has a ship's hull descended under it, but this one is more jagged. It's sharp. It's smaller. The Duchess is closer to a galleon. This is closer to... Ooh, a sloop? A trireme, perhaps? It looks like it's meant to cut through water. Or cut through air.
So
It's
if
sail.
we get ready in case it tries to take us out of the sky, is there a way down safely?
There's some balloons that should take us down, but hopefully
Yeah. Okay.
not in a bad way, I hope.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
It gets closer, coming within about 500 meters. As it does, you are going to hear the sound of static kind of crackling around the air. And it's at this point that all of you are going to be able to see this very well. You'll see that it has a black sail. The balloon is painted black, and on the front sail a flag of brilliant blue with a silver embossed emblem of an eye is visible. The air is going to crackle, and you are going to hear in common, "Greetings! We are headed your direction as an envoy of the Sultana. Please, prepare yourself to be met and boarded. Thank you for your cooperation."
History to know about the Sultana? Do we know?
Anybody can make me a history roll.
Yeah.
Mars is just gonna blend into the shadows of the ship a little bit more.
I need a hide check.
Yeah, that's what I'm good at.
And I put in our chat, Fadia boops herself and casts mage armor, so she has back
good.
to an AC of 15 instead of squishy 12.
And can I use my inspiration?
Yeah, you can.
Awesome.
Okay, so dirty 20, dirty 23. So with your knowledge of history being pretty antiquated, I mean, Sultan, they might have changed the terminology before. That's really not really what they called themselves before, but sure, maybe there is a sultan that runs this region. It is like a small sultanate, so it's probably just going to be a check like that. Fadia, so probably nothing too much to fear. However, with your more recent knowledge, Malia, both of you... Actually, you know what? I'll say, Fadia, you probably would have... Well, when's the most recent book you could have read on this region?
800 years ago was the last
Okay.
time that she was.
So
in
yeah,
the
I'm going to
crystal.
say your information, you need to get to a library fast and just get the Reader's Digest. What you remember with that 20 is that, yeah, there's... Malia, the last time you knew about this region, you rolled really high on knowing about the Bortusk, like, dwarves. The dwarves of the Bortusk mountain range worked extensively with this region, with the Loxodon, with the humans, and with the Ro Tranan Sultanate. But you'd heard a story recently that they had been replaced, that there had been some political discord. But this is 20, 30 years ago, maybe longer. But the dwarves seem to be working well. Like, that's definitely some interesting technology they have there. And anybody who wants to as well can make me one more history roll to recognize the emblem.
Sure. That's a Dork Tales.
That's a 16.
16?
12.
And that should be a 15 just for the emblem.
Okay, 15 is all I need there. So, for all of you who succeeded that roll, you are going to recognize the symbol of the Royal House of Emrys. A nation-state to the south, on the other side of the Arcos Archipelago. That is the standard that all diplomatic missions are allowed to use.
Interesting.
The ship draws closer, and soon enough, you'll see some soldiers on the other side dressed in typical military uniforms, a bit of pauldroning, a bit of basically Fire Nation outfits, for quick reference. But you're talking like, you know, Stormtrooper outfits, are going to slowly lower a gangplank over to yours as the ships keep pace. And as that occurs, you're going to see a couple of things. Number one, you will see 3 figures step into view and start to walk to the new gangplank connecting your ships. One of them is going to smile. It's a human woman with blonde hair and gray eyes, about 30. She's fairly fit, about 5'8", 5'9", and dressed in breeches and a very, very expensive purple top with large ruching around the shoulders. She has an easy smile about her, and you get the sense that given the number of medals dangling off that shirt, this is probably maybe her ship? Beside her are 2 figures, both of which are dressed in hooded robes. One dressed in black with skull imprints in gold around the trim. The other, a royal red robe. Finery and silks evident from underneath it. Both of these figures are short, about 4.5 feet tall. Greetings! Thank you so much for stopping! I appreciate there being no qualms between our vessels. I am Captain Lady Lars Arsigel, and this is the Invictus.
Pleasure to meet you.
I noticed that your vessel does not have any guns. I find them quite enjoyable. Perhaps you should get some.
Are you gonna use yours on us?
Would I use mine on yours? Perhaps we are misunderstood. I am merely a diplomatic envoy transporting some of the Vizier's assistants to you. May they have permission to come aboard as their bodyguard for this trip? I feel inclined to ask on their behalf.
Certainly.
Can I insight check her?
Absolutely.
Molly is
Yeah.
ready for if they pull anything, she's gonna, like, she's still got her hammer and all that on her, so.
That's gonna be a 18.
18?
Rolled a 15 on that.
She's smiling. She's ready to blow you guys out of the sky if you fuck with her.
Okay.
She is ready to show you if you choose to find out.
Okay, fair enough.
So you've brought them as their escort. You were expecting us?
No, but we detected you flying in. And there are very few airships outside of Emre's.
Didn't know Emery's had airships.
We have all sorts of things. She smiles and glances down at the train network. Many things. Do they have your permission to come aboard?
Of course, we're here to make friends.
By all means. Not sure what kind of friends that they're looking for. You'll hear a female voice, light and slightly lilting, come out of the black-robed figure. And with that, the two figures will cross onto your ship and step down. The first, the one in the red robes with the silk, will turn and say, sorry for all of the trouble here. I guarantee her bark's worse than her bite. Well met, and welcome to Roar Ternan. I am sorry. This is ceremony. He's gonna flip back his hood, and you are looking at a almost kind of looks like a bipedal wolf in many ways. Incredibly dense fur with large, almost elf-style ears, a nose that sticks out like an aardvark but is segmented, and kind of like red fur all around it, and these little like coal black eyes. You're going to look over at you. Hi, how's it going? Waves a furry hand in your direction.
Molly will
Hello.
wave back, slightly confused.
You've never seen a creature like this in your life. Nice to meet you. I'm Gorwin. I speak.
I rolled to not maybe be like absolutely like what the fuck
Make
is
me
this looking?
make me a wisdom save or a charisma save. Charisma save
Oh god,
to
that's
not
worse.
flinch at this.
That is a 15.
15. So you go. Hi.
Stop, blink a few times.
Oh, sorry. I'm nice to meet you all. I'm here on behalf of the Vizier, and as you are all doing that, you're going to hear a little come from the one in black. What's wrong, Malia? Don't you know not to stare? You always were a rude one. And a pair of ruddy, pale fingers are going to pull back the black hood, revealing the red hair and pale skin of a female dwarf who looks very much like Malia. Haven't you, big sis?
And you are always a bitch.
I see it. I see it. Yep, you two are definitely sisters. Holy crap.
Yeah, I didn't.
Um,
Good to see you again. It's been a while.
I'm Fadia. Your pleasure to meet you, Malia's sister.
Darabelle Oakfinger. Dara. I speak for the dwarves here. Yeah. And I speak for the Vizier. It's a pleasure to have you here. I would like to welcome you on behalf of the Vizier and the Sultana. And would like to invite you to sup.
Not much. What's up with you?
I like this one. I like this one a lot. Dara! Stop touching me. I like it a lot. I said stop touching me. Alright, sorry. Would it kill you to have some color on that outfit? Alright then. We're friends, co-workers.
You seem very close.
Oh, yeah. Bosom chums. Bosom chums.
It shows.
And it's totally fine. I saw you gawking. It's fine. I'd gawk at me too. I gawk at me all the time. In the mirror? All the time. Big gawker. I'm an Alfar. I'm a celestial being of some power.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of your race before.
There aren't many of us here. We a group of us crash landed here about 20 years ago, and we've kind of just been chilling.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
She's determinedly ignoring her sister at this point.
I think Tia's like specifically like looking at Malia, just like intently, just like kind of like perplexed.
From
So-
one family drama to the next family drama.
Just one quick thing before we get you into the capital. Do you have the box? Do you have the box? My coworker, my friend. I have the box. Of course. Pulls out a large wooden box. So we'll get you settled and processed right up. But first, we're gonna need some of your blood. And I think that's where we're gonna call game for the night.
Okay. I was
All
not
right.
expecting that.
Are you chill with me to still be in my hidden space?
Yeah, can you make a note to remind me? Mars is hidden.
Mars is
Yeah.
hide.
Yeah, 29.
Mars is gone.
No.
Does anybody have a nat 20 on that? Nope, that's 5. And the
I was just
Alfar-
waiting if I was going to drop bear from, I don't know, somewhere.
I imagine that you were ready to attack.
Good.
All right, so family drama.
This is
Don't
beautiful. It's so
Don't
beautiful.
you love the? At least we're done with our family drama.
This is brilliant.
This is great. Why the fuck is your sister out here, Malia?
Why is she a vampire, Malia?
Fucked if I know.
She's not. She's a necromancer.
No,
She's just a goth chick.
Even better.
has the sister that's a vampire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of your
I
family
was just
went
going by
goth.
the.
What?
The
See,
hissing,
Fada,
yep.
Fada makes it really simple. She doesn't have family.
Or does she?
Maybe. We don't know. I guess we'll find out. Family
Next
drama.
time.
Family drama, 800 years in the making.
Right.
You never called. Don't you
Have
care
this-
about us?
Vague feeling that like if anyone that Tia's basically gonna pretend like there was absolutely zero drama. There is nothing awkward that happened with her parents at all. Just gonna pretend it didn't happen. Nope.
Good luck. Good luck.
And then Tia will have the gall to go to Malia and be like, so that was awkward.
Yeah.
Oh, probably at some point. I'm not sure when. It'll right moment. Right moment.
God, I like your mother. I think she's great. Also,
Oh,
we
I
can all
love her
agree
as a
that
character.
we can all agree that elves suck.
Yeah.
You can.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 no-
they really do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
was
enjoyed the drama.
so
and the
much
lore.
drama. Yeah,
So
next
much lore.
episode. Well, we made it here. Rotranon is a lot of stuff that was developed for me, and then like I riffed off it by our world building producer Sol Omen. Thank you so much, Sol, for coming up with this. There's a lot of stuff that I've tweaked and stuff to make it fit the Shards vibe a little more, but it's basically the same soul. That's a triple entendre. So thank you so much for that. And thank you to all of our patrons at patreon.com/dorktales who help support. Of course, Sol created a bunch of plot for this. As a world building producer, my divine producer, Jan, my mom, also has no idea what that tier does, but she's very happy to be there. To Precarious, our demonic producer, thank you so much. To Tammy, the Forever Cleric, the wizard of the Patreon, thank you so much. And also to the High Council of the Patreon, thank you so much. Taryn, the Traveler, Buddy, Trezelta, Amberthist, Cubby Gummy, Raven with Baubles, Karasha Urquhart, Drew Thompson, Sergio, Chef Aladeth, LaRuke, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter. You are all phenomenal people, and I love you very much. Sorcerer Sanguine, I got to talk to you about a certain thing, since we've talked a lot about blood recently. But we'll talk. And then also, finally, I have to do a thank you one more time to our sponsor for this episode, Bookwyrm Games. Y'all should go to Bookwyrm Games right now. Look at their stock. It's some of the most affordable resin, metal, wood, and gemstone dice that you can find. If you use code DorkTales, it's not even DorkTales 10 anymore. It's just if you use code DorkTales, you save 10% off all of your orders, as many orders as you want to do. And at $100 Canadian, which is like 70 US right now, it's ridiculously bad. For Canadians, it's great for you if you're American. Your shipping's free, and you can't get a better deal than that, like anywhere, for good dice. And we're gonna keep on them about the new D10 sets. I think you're really gonna like them when they come through. But that's gonna be it for us tonight. Hope you enjoyed this session, folks. You have a good time, players? You had a good time?
Yeah.
Great
I was
time.
not
Yeah, I
expecting
did.
that at the end. That definitely, at first, I was like, wait, Ylos?
No, it is Sister
Shit! Family drama's coming back to haunt me.
and the elf.
Ah!
Because Sol pitched me a race of like tapirs, and then she was like, yeah, it's like Alf. And I'm like, nope, it's Alf. You said Alf. It's Alf now. I wrote stats for them. They are the best race. They always gain proficiency with a musical instrument that is usually a saxophone, but not always. They have the ability to store items in their stomachs and retrieve them at later notices. It's great. They're celestials too. They're wonderful. So hey folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow night with Dragonlance, How to Run Chapter 4. And then I'm going on a little vacation before we do Dork Tales Expo, which I expect you all to be there for. So be sure to come for Dork Tales Expo, April 21 through 23, and we'll see you next time. Good night, dorks. Take care. Bye.
Bye.